Yeah, hello everyone. So thanks for joining my session. Today's session topic is the DevOps daily activity with the tools. Okay, and this is the part of the series of DevOps Cloud MLOps training series. Till now, we covered two part. Okay, and DevOps introductions with the ChatGPT and DevOps CI introduction with the tools. So maybe if you want to know if you want to know about the previous two sections, so you can visit my YouTube video. My YouTube video name is iStuff Services. You can check it out. Check it out. Okay. So now we quickly jump into the today's session. Okay, so I hopefully everybody has my document. Okay, so till now we cover the DevOps and CI part. So quickly, if you are new person, so DevOps is a process. DevOps is a collaboration between the development with the operation team, and we are using the DevOps for the two major purpose: speed to deliver, and the second is the quality. Okay, these two benefits is very much important for the DevOps activity. If any companies wants to implement the DevOps, so automatically they will get these two benefits. Second is the continuous integration. Previously we covered. So why continuous integration part is important. So with the help of similar two benefits, if we are using the implement the continuous integration, so we can uh, ultimately we can take the benefits these things: faster time to market, improve quality, better collaborations, reduce risk, increase efficiency. Okay, so this is a quick intro from the last two sessions. If you want to go through these things, just visit my previous two sessions. Okay, now today's topic is the SDLC process. So what is the SDLC process? So if you are belongs to the software development life cycle, if you are belongs to the software industry, so you know the IDLC process name is a software development life cycle. If you are belongs to the non-IT background, so I will tell you the end-to-end cycle. IDLC process means software development life cycle, in which suppose maybe if we can take the simple example of the restaurant side. Okay, so suppose you are staying in some place, and restaurant is far away from your place. So what kind of process you are taking, right? You need to give the order in the phone, and some persons maybe who are arranging the call, who are attending the call, or maybe on, if we can take the example on one-to-one in the restaurant itself. So you need to check the menus. Based on the menus, you will give the order, and some person who will understand the who will take care of the clients, and he will ask the question, he or she will ask the question, what kind of what is your requirement. Based on the menus, based on the your requirement, if you want to add something, okay, so they will enter each and every information in the menu site, right? Or they will raise the one order, okay, and they will give the one receipt. Okay, your order number is the 101. Okay, so and after that, whenever you will get a receipt, then you need to wait. Okay, now after the this requirement, right, whenever any persons who are attending the customer, okay, what is their role? Major role is the gathering the requirement from the client. Okay, so if we can take the similar example and we can compare in the current software life cycle, so there is a who's taking care of this part: business analysis and the product manager or product owner. Suppose if we can take the example of the big companies, Visa and big player, JP Morgans, okay, because they are the product based company. Okay, so in the product based company, generally the product managers, product owner all belongs from the product side, and BA and the project manager, and it generally belongs to the vendor side. Okay, and vendor side, and who are giving the services. So product owner role is the, so maybe just like in the, if we can take the example the Visa, so Visa has a own customer, right? Maybe HSBC Bank and whoever was using the Visa, so they are the client of the Visa. So product manager will take the information, take the requirement from the their client, okay, their customers, okay, and based on the customers feedback, if there is any new features they want to implement, if they is there any defects, is there any in the defects in the previous release, all kind of information. Okay, whether it is a new features or whether it is a existing feature, they will take care of the requirement. Okay, and second thing is, once they confirm in the requirement, and both the party, okay, product manager and the client, once they will confirm on the same thing, once they give the sign off from the client side, then it goes to the design team. Okay, now based on the requirement, design team will come in the picture, and maybe on the sometimes technical lead, sometimes architect team, based on the requirement, they will create a user story. Okay, user stories, it is a just part of the requirement. Okay, so technical lead will split into the complete requirement into the different sprint, maybe user story based on the sprint. Okay, and they will give the time estimation also, and each and everything, and how many people will involve in the these things. So design team will play this role. Now after that, once design team will give the requirement to the all the developers, so development team comes in the picture, whether it is the applications. 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, I need to stop it. 1 minute. Okay, I need to come again. Yeah. So maybe development team, if there is some development team from the application side, and maybe application side, or we can say DV side, development team will come in the picture, and technical lead will give the information, give the user story to development team, and based on the requirement, okay, and they will create a they will start working on the user story. Okay, and same time testing team also get the same story, and they will create a test cases based on the user story. Okay, and deployment, and maybe product manager and product owner and the release manager, whoever was working with the closely working with the product manager, they will give the release plan of the calendar. So when and which sprint team, which sprint, what kind of product, what kind of features they are deliver. Okay, based on the calendar. So deployment team also come in the picture for the activity purpose. Okay, so if you can see, there is a requirement team, there is a design team, there is a development team, there is a testing team, and previously we discussed about the DevOps and the BizOps. Now in the production support, and once each and everything completed, okay, so whenever delivery will, whenever product are ready, whenever features are ready, so once we deploy into the production, okay, so production support and client management. Again, the product manager and product owner will come in the picture, and BizOps team closely working with the product owner, product manager, because product owner is the right person who gather the information and who deliver the feature to the clients. So this is the end-to-end cycle. Okay, so any questions regarding anything?
No, Suresh, nothing at the moment.
Yeah, okay, yeah, thanks a lot. So now we will jump into the technical part. Till now, maybe we discuss about the all the teams. Okay. Till now, we will jump into these things. Suppose maybe suppose Usasi is working on the as a developer, working as a developer, and Lalita is she is the product owner, and she is responsible for requirement to delivery phase. Okay. So Usasi will start working on the maybe technical lead. Suppose some technical lead will create a project if already available. So he will create a repo under the projects. If it is already available, then he will create a maybe create a feature branch. Now before the jump into the feature branch, we need to discuss about the branch planning, and sometimes we are calling the branch strategy. So what is the branch strategy? This is a very common questions. Every suppose you are going to the interview, every interview will ask that this common question to DevOps or BizOps, or maybe even the product owner also. Okay, so what is the branch strategy? So generally, majorly companies are using the master, sometimes company are using the main. Main or master are the common thing. So whenever you are creating the any feature branch, any Git repo, by default main or master branch are created. This is the by default branch. Okay, so sometimes, and it always align with the production. Okay, generally logically it always align to the production. Okay, and maybe whoever was working on the product owner or project manager, they will create another branch from the master or main branch. So if we are creating any branch from any branch, so this is the parent or this is the child. Okay, so whenever, because it always ahead from the master branch. Okay, suppose you are creating from the last 20 days back. Okay, so whenever you want to update the code, okay, so you need to create a develop branch from the master, and you will add all the code from the develop. Okay, so this is the old branch, this is the new branch. Okay, and whenever you want to update the code from develop to master, you need to raise the pull request. You need to merge the code. Just like we are merging the document, we are merging the photos, we are merging anything, right? So merging, we are using one terminology is a merging. Okay, and suppose or develop branch is always the aligned with the current versions. Okay, so whatever version is going on, so it always align with the develop branch, right? And suppose maybe an Usashi is working, Usashi wants to work with the new feature. Okay, so she will create a new feature from develop. Okay, and every developer will create own feature branch. Okay, whenever they will complete, then whenever they will test on the own machine, they will again send the pull request, raise a pull request to the feature to develop branch. Why develop branch? Because develop branch is the parent branch. Okay, so this is the benefit of the feature. Okay, feature branch. So maybe individually can work on the feature branch. So there is no conflict between the two developers. Okay, so once they will raise the pull request, automatically, if you can see, automatically maybe before jump into the other part, there is another thing I need to discuss is the release. Okay, so why release branch is important? Release branch is important maybe in the if you can see the name, right? Release means, suppose maybe master is aligned with the production, develop is aligned with the current release, feature is aligned with the developer. But suppose maybe on the backward side, suppose you are working on the Android, if we can take the example of the Android or iPhone. Suppose current version is the, okay, iPhone 14. Previous version is the, suppose current version iPhone 15. What is the current production site? iPhone 14. But if you want to fix some defects, something in the iPhone 10, iPhone 11, iPhone 12, right? So how they will resolve the issue? Okay, so release branch is used for the backward compatibility. Okay, so all the backward code is aligned with the release. So how you will create a branch? Release slash iPhone 12, release slash iPhone 11, release slash iPhone 10. So all the backward code are available in the any release. Suppose you want to fix some of the features of the release 10, and suppose you want to update the feature, whatever features are available in the iPhone 13, and you need to give those features support to the previous one. So you will update the code and you will release the code. So likewise, that's why we are using the release branch for the based on the releases. So this is the benefit. So I will repeat one more time. Master is always available, aligned with the production. Develop is whatever development team is working on it. It always aligned with the develop. Okay, feature is aligned with the developer, and release always aligned with the all the previous releases or the future releases. Okay, now branch strategy is completed. Okay, now we will discuss about the environment. If you can see, maybe whenever previously we discussed, Usa series wants to work in the user story, and so she will complete and build and test her own machine. So whenever developer is working on the own machine or any cloud, we are calling the dev machines, dev environment, right? So sometimes companies providing dev environment, sometimes companies consider as the own machine as a dev side. Okay, so now, and there is another environment called stage environment, in which maybe testing team comes in the picture, and they will do the testing in the this. But before going to the testing, developer wants to check each and everything, whether the whatever things he is doing, whether it is properly tested or not. Otherwise, maybe there will be some problem. Okay, so all kind of testing is it should be tested. So what is the activities? Okay, so we are calling the whenever developer will raise the pull request from feature to develop branch, automatically one pipeline will be trigger. How it is trigger? If you can see, for version control we have the GitHub, Bitbucket, GitLab. Okay, so there is a one feature available in the Bitbucket. We are calling the webhook. Okay, so in the webhook, what is the use of the webhook? Webhook is used for the integration of the Git to Jenkins. So whenever any action happens in the Git or Bitbucket, automatically we can trigger the respective Jenkins pipeline. So now we are calling, now we have the Jenkins pipeline. So for the CI purpose, whenever developers wants to build a thing, and whenever developer wants to test each and everything in all the aspects, so we have the CI pipeline. Okay, so previously in the last session we discussed about continuous integration part, right? In the continuous integration part, we are calling the CI pipeline. Sometimes we are calling the CI pipeline. Sometimes we are calling the PR pipeline. So what kind of stages we have in the CI pipeline? The first stage is the checkout. After that, build, in which we can deploy application, DB, unit test, deploy part, integration part, quality test part, vulnerability part. Okay, so one by one we will discuss. Okay, now in the this part we can say the developer. Okay, and after that there is another pipeline, is the develop pipeline. So first we will discuss the CI pipeline, and after that we will discuss the developer pipeline. So in the first stage, it is a checkout. So what is the use of the checkout? Checkout means is the we can copy the code. Now code is available in the this part, maybe in the feature branch, because users is done the testing and build the process in the her local system, and after that she committed the code in the feature branch. Now she wants to merge the code from feature to develop branch. So what is the first thing? Whatever testing, whatever things she has done in the local system, we can follow the similar activity in the cloud side. But how? So first phase is the checkout. In the checkout, we will copy the code from GitLab to one place. Just like you are copying the code, you are cloning the code from Bitbucket to your local system. Just like similar activities in the local system, and there is another thing is available in the Jenkins side. We are calling the workspace. So workspace is a terminology where we can copy the code from GitLab to Jenkins workspace. And after that, once checkout stage completed, second stage is a build. In the build side, if you are using the Java, so we have the Maven tool. If you are using the ASP.NET, then we have the MS build. If you are using the Node.js, we have the different tool. Okay, so depends on the technology, depends on the language. We have the different tools. So now we can take the example of the Java side. So we have the Maven. So we will mention the some Maven. We should have the Maven tool in the Jenkins side. We should have the all the pre-request requirement from the Jenkins side. So based on the requirement, based on the tool installation, okay. After that, we need to mention the command. What is the command? Ambient clean install. Okay. So once this command will run successfully, okay, it will convert complete code into the one single entity. What we are calling? We are calling the artifact. And what is the extension of the artifact? It might be, sometimes it is a jar file, or sometimes it is a war file. Okay, and how artifact will be created? And whenever you can see the this thing name, right? So project name, version name, in the we need to mention the version name in the pom.xml. After that, automatically it suffix is added snapshot. So if you can see any artifact version with snapshot, immediately you can understand it is useful for DAP purpose and stage purpose. Okay, so snapshot is only if anybody is asked the question, what is the snapshot version? You can say it is used for the development, because continuously development and testing process is going on. Every time version will change. Okay, and once all the testing is completed, once all the stakeholder give the confirmation, then we can convert snapshot version to release version. So later on we will discuss more about the release version. After that, build is stage completed. After that, there is another stage, unit test. JUnit, we are using JUnit, and we can run the similar kind of thing, ambient clean install. So before, by default, whenever you are running the ambient clean install, it is running with the unit test. If you want to skip the unit test, then you need to mention -d skip test. Okay, so if you are mentioning the skip test, that means it will skip the unit test. If you are not mentioning this, that means it will run the it will build the test, or it will test it will run the unit test also. Okay, and what kind of tool we are using in the artifacted tool side? So we have the Axis, we have the JFrog. Okay, so these are the two famous tool for artifacted tool side. Okay, so this is the thing for now. DB deploy side. Okay, so application is built, and before the integration test. Okay, and sometimes, because unit test, if unit test is required some database connectivity, so we need to deploy database before the unit test. It total depends on the project requirement. Okay, because an integration test, it must be database must be deployed before the integration test. So in the DB deploy, we are using sometimes we are using the SQL server, sometimes we are using the Oracle 19c. And what is the tool we are using for this DB deploy? Flyway. I will cover complete one session for the Flyway. Okay. So Flyway, it is a tool in which, with the help of Flyway, we can deploy any database from one environment to another environment. Okay, and integration tool, for we have the REST Assured, Cucumber, and REST API. These are the tools. Integration test, we can check the integration testing. Now after that, another step, code quality test. So what is the use of the SonarQube? So there is a tool for the SonarQube for the code quality test, in which we can check all the performance. Suppose we are using some code, we are creating the code, but you have mentioned some variables, some unused code, but you have not removed. So SonarQube will in the SonarQube we can set up some rules, and based on the rules it will find out the defect bug, right? And it will give the confirmations. Maybe if and we can set some threshold also, and we can we are calling the coverage. If 90% coverage is completed, then pipeline will give the green. Okay, if it is below in the 90%, automatically pipeline will be failed. So based on the coverage percentage, we can set some threshold. Okay. Another thing, we have the vulnerability. Vulnerability means in which we are checking the security kind of testings. So we have the tools Sonar type and checkmarks. Okay. So once each and everything is completed, one check out to vulnerability issues, then our code is merged from feature to develop. Now till now we had checked with only your code. Suppose till now we had checked the only your code, but in the develop branch, maybe all the developers code are merged into the develop. Again, develop pipeline run the similar activity, check out, build, unit test, in each and everything. But whenever develop pipeline is completed, then artifact, whatever artifact we have created here, snapshot version, it will deploy into the Nexus. Okay, so once Nexus is deployed, available, artifact is available in these things. After that, we have another environment. Okay, we are calling the stage environment. So whenever we are copying the code from Nexus to stage environment for testing purpose, we are calling the promote pipeline. So previously we are calling the PR pipeline, sometimes we are calling the CI pipeline, but we have the another pipeline is calling promote pipeline. In the promote pipeline, similar kind of activity, but previously we were cloning the code from Bitbucket, and we are building and the deploy, and we are doing all the testing. Now tested artifact is already available in the Nexus. So this time we will not follow the any testing process. We will just download the artifact from Nexus based on the versions, and we will copy into the stage environment, database side also and application side also. Now testing team comes in the picture, and they will run the on their test beds. Okay. And for just like previously CI/CD purpose, tool purpose, we have the Jenkins and TFA. TFA is generally used for the Microsoft thing. So these are the tools for CI and stage environment. Any questions regarding any tool? No?
I have questions.
Yeah. You can ask. You can ask.
Yeah, like in means whenever I am doing my development in my own machine, then I am raising a pull request, right, to merge it into the feature,
Yes.
first feature then master, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So again, I have to copy the code from GitLab to Jenkins workspace.
Yeah. So maybe because previously you have done testing in your local system, right?
Okay.
But Jenkins workspace is different sometimes, because ultimately how code will build, because before the building the code, first of all we need to check out the code. Okay, just like you are, suppose you want to build the code in your local system. So what is the first step? You need to check out the code with updated version, right? Updated feature branch. So first step is always the check out the code. So how do you check out the code? You are cloning the code from feature branch, and with the help of the Git bash, you are cloning the code in your local system. So just Jenkins will replace your system to workspace. So first step is they will check out the code from GitLab to Jenkins workspace. After the whatever folder, what in it will set the workspace, and it will set the directory, current directory. In the with the help of the current directory, it will run the build command inside the current directory. So this is the thing. So that's why checkout stage and build process is very much important inside the workspace. Workspace, and sometimes in company, just like in my company, whenever CI part is completed, after that automatically workspace will be clean. So there is no memory issues. So every time workspace will create, and every process, once every process is completed, automatically workspace, whatever directory you have created, it will clean. So we can maintain the space also in the workspace. So that's why it is a very important thing. Okay. So now quickly, I hopefully you got the answer, right?
Yes, right. Thank you.
And now this is a very important topic, and after that we can say, yeah, activity is completed. Okay, and yeah, still SIT to cover. Okay, so what is the daily activity of the DevOps? So this is very important part, because whenever you are going to the interviews, everybody is asking what kind of activity you are doing. Okay, so today I will cover the very generic daily activities day by day. Okay, so first of all, okay, so just like we are discussing, right? The first of all, whenever you are start your day, there is a one call always in the sprint call. Sometimes we are calling the Scrum call. So in the Scrum call, in daily status call, we need to give the status of the our work. Okay, and so we have to attend these things. Okay, and based on the status call, if any issues is pending, you need to take the decision. If any order, if you are working on any existing issues, existing feature, you need to give the status. Then what is the common activity we are doing on the daily basis? So we are calling the BO activity, daily deployment supports. Okay, in which maybe suppose previously a developer was raising the PR, just like user is raising the PR. If something has failed in the PR, who will give the support? Okay, DevOps will give the support. So Usha will connect to the respective DevOps team, and he will say, yeah, I am getting the some issues. My server is not up and running. My database is not connected properly. Can you look into this issue? Based on the request, Okay, so what is the role of the DevOps? First role is the L1 support. In L1 support, it will go to the respected Jenkins maybe URL, and it will check the console log. And with the help of the console log analysis, he can understand what is the issue. Sometimes issues might be infra side, sometimes issue might be network side, sometimes issue will be DB side, dev side. So he will categorize the issues based on the team. Okay, so previously we discussed about the team. So he will categorize the team, and based on these things, maybe he will arrange the one meeting. Okay, so sometimes if issues is belongs to the other team, so immediately he will raise the defect. Okay, and he will arrange the meeting. So this is this kind of activity we are calling the L1 support. But L2 support, maybe if you are technically sound and if you are arranging the things, so you will more dig into the issues. How you can do it? If any dev issues, okay, so you need to go to the application site and you can find out what is the exact actual issues. Suppose if any 400 issues, 404 issue, 500 issues, any database connectivity is not. If you are going to the more detail, okay, so then we are calling the technically side. So if you know more about the Java side, if you know about the more domain understanding, if you know more about the database, so you will go into the more into the database issue side. So then we are calling the L2, second level of investigation. The first level of investigation is different. Second level of investigation is a different. Generally, senior person is doing the or senior or technical person comes in the picture, and they are doing the second level of investigation. Based on these things, you can schedule a meeting, and based on the meeting, all you need to add all the stakeholder, whether the dev, DB, project manager, team leader, all people will come. And what is your role? You need to inform, you need to convey the what is the issue, what is the root cause, what kind of investigation you have done till now, whether it is L1, whether it is a L2. So you need to give the each and every information to all the stakeholder, and based on the all the discussion, they somebody will give the confirmations. Yeah, what kind of activities needs to done for the fix the issue. Okay, and some persons will assign, and he will give the confirmation. And based on the once meeting is completed, you need to send the mob minutes of meeting. Now, based on the discussion, you need to raise the defect. Sometimes we need to raise the defect, and sometimes we need to raise the work order based on the ITSM tool. If you are using ServiceNow, if you are using the Remedy, if you are using any other tool, based on the tool, you can raise the defect or work order. Okay, and two things is very much important in that defect. Whenever you are raising the defect, what is actual? Just like 4 plus 2 is a 7. This is error. Definitely, this is error. Okay, so this is the actual output you are getting, and what is expected output you want to be. Okay, you want. So this kind of thing you can do, and what kind of root cause analysis during the L1 and L2 side you can mention in the defect side. After that, maybe you can take the confirmation from the team when they will fix the issues, and after once they will give the confirmation deadline. After that, you can schedule a validation meeting. In the validations, you can cross check the each and everything, and if everything is completed, then you can say yeah, defect is closed or fixed. So you can send all the evidence, all the confirmation, each and everything you can send it. Okay. Any questions till now? For DevOps roadmap is completed tomorrow, maybe day after tomorrow, maybe whenever I will arrange. I will more focus on the release management role. So what is the role of the release manager? This is the next topic from our side. Okay. So any questions for DevOps activities, tools, number of stages in the DevOps tool? Okay. No.
Can you please go down?
Yeah.
Go down
Go down.
slowly.
Yeah.
Uh,
Where it is?
no, not. Go down. No, go up.
Okay.
Yes, this flyway and JFrog.
Yes.
This one I didn't understand.
Yeah, so Flyway just like application tool, right? Application deployment tool, we have the some pipeline, right? And Flyway it is a tool. Okay, in which with the help of the Flyway, we can migrate, we can automate we can migrate the database from any environment to any environment. And definitely, in maybe after some time, I will schedule a proper. I will schedule a one proper session for the Flyway. Okay, so please remind me. Just note it down the Flyway. JFrog and the Nexus are the same artifact tool because previously we have created the one artifact, right? And somewhere we need to store the all the artifacts based on the versions. Just like previously iPhone 11, iPhone 12, iPhone 13, iPhone 14, right? Previous versions should be available some common place, cloud area, right? So we are calling the artifact. So there is a artifact tool. Artifact tool means where we can store all the artifacts of the product basis, program basis. So there is a two famous tools, Nexus and JFrog. Okay.
And what about the snapshot? It is a part of JFrog?
No. Yeah, no. Snapshot, I have mentioned wrong. Snapshot, there is a thing because if you can see here, right, whenever we are creating the artifact, if you are using the dev environment, we have to append the snapshot. So you can compare the things whenever you are seeing the any artifact. So you can see in the name, right? If a snapshot is mentioned in the artifact name, you can consider this is the dev environment artifact. If you're not snapshot is not available, then you can say this is the release artifact. So today, tomorrow I will cover the release part. What is the how we are creating the release artifact? What is the use of the release artifact? What kind of thing we need to take care of whenever we are creating the artifact, and what is the use of the release artifact? So maybe next lecture, definitely I will cover this part in more detail. Okay.
Okay. And integration tool means what kind of integration tool? These are REST assured Cucumber.
So yeah, so REST assured Cucumber. Suppose till now, because unit testing is more inclined to data application level testing. Maybe you can see. Suppose you want to create additional, right, addition program. So we can check the whether the all the positive or negative test cases we can check with the help of unit test. But integration test. So in integration test, suppose you want to test the gate Aadhaar card OTP, gate OTP, set OTP. So if something is required from the database side, okay, application, so integration between the application to database, this kind of testing, whether the database is properly connected or not, all the gate method, post method, put method, all the registration. So where two things is involved in the one thing, one application side. So suppose application, we want to integrate the application with the database. So this kind of testing we are doing with the integration tool. Feature testing, sometimes functional testing we are saying. Okay, functional testing. So it is used for the functional testing, API testing. Okay. So yeah.
I have a question. So I before asking a question, I just want to add something. So basically, these integration tests are the responsibility of the developers, and I don't think it is the responsibility of DevOps. But because it is part of the pipeline, I think it is good to know. But you don't need to know each and everything in detail, I think.
Yes. Yeah.
Being
Thanks.
a developer, being a developer, I can connect. Because developers, they create the code, so it's their responsibility to make sure that integration test works fine, and if something goes wrong, then it comes back to the developer to fix those tests. My question was, how long is this series actually, and how many lectures are already completed?
So till now, 2 lecture is completed. All the lectures are available in the YouTube, and this is the third one. Okay.
What's your YouTube channel?
Maybe I step up services. I'll send
Okay. I'll check it. And just wanted to add one thing. So are we going to cover something called infrastructure as a code thing as well?
Yes.
Like automation of.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So this is the complete series, DevOps, Cloud, and MLOps series.
Okay.
I will cover each and everything, but it will take some time, man, because I need and very smooth basis I am covering the thing, because understanding is major my concern, right? Because whoever was coming into my lecture, Okay,
Yeah.
whatever things they are expecting from my side, it should be fulfilled, right? There is no hurry from my
Mhm.
side.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's good. I think it's a good initiative actually.
Yeah, thanks a
I
lot.
joined your WhatsApp group recently, so I thought let's give it a try.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
On your Zoom meeting.
So, yeah, thanks, man. So if you have any questions, we will discuss about this call also, and we can about at least I can stop it. Otherwise, lecture is too long, so maybe and then nobody will watch it out my lecture in the YouTube. Okay, I will stop the thing and we can discuss offline. Okay, okay, is it okay?
Okay.
Okay, yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks everybody for joining my sessions. And next session is very much important because next session I will cover the part release manager. What is the role of the release manager? What is the release handover? What is SIT? And what is the role of the BizOps? In the last side, I will go into the BizOps role. Okay, site maybe you can consider site reliability engineer. So next two lecture is very much important. So please stay tuned and please visit my session. Please join my session. Okay. Thanks a lot. So now stop the session.